Another player who isn't too happy. Well, it doesn't appear that happy at his club at the moment, but he does. I think, as far as I'm aware, he's turned up to training. Paul Pogba at Man United. This is a player close to a couple of the presenters' hearts on the podcast. Does bits for France, hasn't really done bits for United the whole time he's been there. Contract out next summer. But what do we reckon? Paul Pogba at Man United. Is he staying this summer? As a Man United fan, would you want him to stay this season and go for free? Or would you rather see a fee this summer?
It's a sticky one. I think, first of all, you've got to just say United have run terribly. They've let his contract run down. He's gone for free already when he was one of the, biggest upcoming talents. And he might go for free again after we spent like 90 mil on him. And you just got to think, you're fucking prats.
I hate it.
Part of me's thinking, I'll just get money now. Otherwise he goes for free next window. But we won't replace him. I don't think there's a midfielder in the world that you can really replace Paul Pogba. I know he hasn't been amazing for United, but I don't think there's many midfielders out there that can do what he do. And I don't think the Glazers would actually go out and get them. So I'd rather hold on to him for a season and just hope United have an absolute belter and then try and re-sign him halfway through the season. But do I think that's going to happen? No. Paul Pogba, who's his agent, they both love, I don't know but his agent loves some money. Why would you'd be stupid not to run down your contract, wouldn't you?
Trial, isn't it?
Yeah. You'd be stupid not to run down your contract. If it was any of us, we'd run it down because you're going to be the one with all the power, going to end up with all the money. So you can't really blame him. United fans should blame the Glazers for how crappily they've done this.
It's a bit worrying, obviously, because he's already refused the contract this summer. And whether that is, his decision or Raiola playing the game and just seeing what other offers are before they agree anything, who knows? But I agree with Pash. I'm hoping Varane coming in, obviously, is countryman, because he's a good mate. And I read that he was really excited about Varane coming. Obviously, Sancho coming in as well. I agree with Pash. I hope we have an absolute blind. And he's like, actually, I'll stay. Give me a new contract. Because, we play decent football. But, whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. But, yeah, he is certainly irreplaceable. But the reason why I got such high hopes about this season is because he was being played out as a left winger when Rashford was covering on the right. So he was playing out of position. He plays best for France when he plays as a number 6, and that's how he needs to play for us. Deeper, just behind Bruno, maybe with Scott next to him, just in as an out-and-out number 6 midfielder. Because I think last season, was it 2 or 3 games past he started on the right as well? Like, that's not how you should be playing a player of his stature. So I think he was mistreated a little bit. He might be upset about that, but I'm hoping now with Sancho coming in, that's going to stop.
That's the problem, what you just said then. Pogba behind Bruno, lovely. Next to Scott McTominay. I like Scott. He's an absolute workhorse. He's he's just like one of those players that you love to watch just stick a tackle in. So just buy a CDM so it will anchor the midfield down, because Pogba's going to want to get forward, and they just never done it. They got Matic at the end of his career. That's the problem. Like, we need a CDM so bad. I don't think we'll get it now, but that's how you balance it and make Pogba happy, but get a bit off course there.
Think of how good it would be to have Wilfred and Didi or someone next to him, the Leicester man, like just a solid midfield. And I assure you he'd be back to his best and the Pogba that we see in the international games, because I feel like he's picking up so much slack in that midfield when he does play a bit deeper. Like, it must be so demoralizing for him. But
I'm super worried, right? Because the Prem's where it's at. Prem is where it's at, 100%. I'm worried he's going to run his contract down and that Chelsea will snap him up on a free and just pay him stupid money and put him next to Kante, or City. And you couldn't blame Pogba because, he's a free agent. And you can start doing that in January, by the way. Next thing you hear is Pogba's agreed pre-deal contract, Chelsea, going to be playing next to... Imagine Pogba in that team. It'd be it'd be ridiculous. And I'm worried. I'm having sleepless nights over this.
Actually ruined my day saying that.
It's literally, ruined my day as well.
No, you actually look stressed. Like you look stressed as fuck.
The only good thing I'd say, and I've seen a few people tweet about this, so I'm kind of stealing it from them, is Varane had long chats with Pogba before coming to United. And you'd think if Pogba hated it at United, he'd be telling him not to come. It's not the right club. So he's had long chats with him and he's obviously told him to come. I think supposedly Pogba just wants a huge pay packet. He wants like 450,000 a week. And obviously up to the ethics whether they think it's a good idea to give a player that, because that is ridiculous. If the other teams on the club's thinking, he doesn't even care about staying here, I love the club, and they're paying him 450 bags a week, could upset all the changing room. But I love Pogba. I want him to stay, man.
Yeah, he needs to stay.
Is he worth that though?
I think he is. I think we're just so bad. I think we're so bad that we just haven't. You can't expect a midfield player to be. Obviously, it's part of it's on him as well. They haven't given the tools around him. They haven't given the tools around him for him to play like he does for France. He's got Kante by him when he plays for France. You know what I mean?
I would expect Pogba to be the highest paid player at United. Like, I don't think that would be a shock to anyone. I'm not sure who is our highest.
De Gea, isn't it?
Is it still De Gea?
Yeah, which is max.
Why don't you just get rid of De Gea and free up some weight? Get rid of De Gea and free up some wages.
Well,
no one's paid De Gea 350 bags a week.
Glazers will though.
What do you guys think? Obviously, being neutrals. Well, I wouldn't say neutral. Hate United and then a neutral. What do you guys think about the Pogba situation?
Would you like to go first, James?
You can go first, and then I can give a more even argument.
No, to be fair, unbiased, he is good. Like, well, I've even said to you boys, like when you watch him for France, he's class. Like, he is world class when he plays for France. He's just crap. United, just like no drive in him, no passion for the club. It seems like, like you said, when you said something prospect, maybe like obviously there's no rumours whatsoever about him going to Chelsea, but I can imagine him in the Chelsea team absolutely smashing it. With like you said, with Kante there as well. I reckon he'd score against United all the time if he went there. We obviously the big route, like with him going to PSG, is the biggest link at the moment. I think at PSG as well, he'll do really well. The weirdest one I saw was him apparently Liverpool were interested. That would never happen. I don't want Pogba sucking up loads of wages. Yeah, sucking up loads of wages on the bench. Like, do you mean? He just wouldn't do well.
You'd love Pogba if he comes to you. You'd love him there.
Dude,
I literally, he'd get destroyed. Imagine the games like at Old Trafford. It'd be brutal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be horrible. It never happened. Like that's weird. I do respect that he is a good player. Like I said, my biggest thing with him, like when he does play well, obviously he's world class, but. Yeah, he just seems at United, he's got no drive, no passion for the club, no matter how much you boys love him. Like
Nathan Souness.
From like someone else, I'm not saying, but like, I'm not ripping into him over anything else. That's just what it seems like with that club. And I think it's like you said, it could be like maybe he's feeling disrespected, being played out of position and things quite often. And like you said, a man of his talents wants to play in a position that he's used to, where he's been successful with like clubs like Juventus. Just he deserves better than United, I think. Better than Ollie.
I can't wait to see Nate rocking some hipster Liverpool top with Pogba on the back in like 3 years' time. I see it now. I can't believe they've let this situation happen. They should have maybe sold him already now. I personally just don't think. I know what you're saying about how good he could be, and like he hasn't got the players around him, but been there a while and United have looked good in parts. And I just feel like the money that you're talking about is just not. I don't think it's worth it. And I know you got Van der Beek on the side. You could sell him. Obviously, if someone came in with like 60 million now, I think you should take that. Not sure that's going to happen though, because I think everyone's just going to be like. The thing with running down the contract as well is he's going to PSG at some point in his career. There's no doubt. It's whether it's this move or because I could see I could see him going Chelsea, definitely. I wouldn't even be shocked if he went City, but he's going PSG at some point in his career. and they love a free, and they'll just give him like they'll give him like a 30 million sign-on fee. Then they have to kick a football, he'll get 30 million in his bank. So if I was United, I'd try and just get something for him this summer. Because there's no way, I can't see him extending the contract now once the season starts. Think that's just not going to happen.
He's got to play in this new team. No. He's got to play. He's got to play this season. He has to.
But there's no way. There's no way. I cannot see him signing a contract once the season starts. I just think
it'd be stupid for him too. Anyway, he'd be.
It's just not going to happen. I just can't. So I feel like if the season starts, what you're saying is like, if you're going to keep Pogba this season, you're saying this is like our chance to maybe like push for the league, and then like we're just going to hope that you can win it this year because you're going to lose so much.
Yeah, because when he goes, we'll have even less of a chance.
I know
winning it,
and like
I can see it be one of those things where they end up getting sold or going, and maybe that's just a United thing, and then we'll win the league. I can see something like that. We'll get a worse player, but he'll be an absolute grafter and he'll be good for the system, and then we'll win a smelly league, and we'll be like, "Whoa!" And Pogba's left. Pogba's left at PSG. I'm sorry.
But I'm hoping as well. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, we can see it now in a year's time. We're going to be doing this if we're still fucking doing this. But if we will be doing this. But Pogba, I was joking. We are still be doing this. Don't worry, listeners. Cavani's going to be like, do you know what I mean? Like Cavani, I know like everyone rates him, but he's getting on. It's like you've signed him on a bigger contract. I'm like, I feel like United are going to be in a sticky position at the end of next season. Really sticky. And that's why I feel like you should be signing Kane. Like Kane is a Man United built striker.
Haaland, baby.
He is there for him. But I don't know. That's nothing to do with Pogba, but I just think I've just been looking at it. I'm just like United, like
straight back to Kane.
The way you do
pull his cock out your mouth.
I'm just being honest. The way that Man United do business now is just unbelievable. And I'm not even a Man United fan. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care. But I just can't believe some of the things that go on.
Thanks for listening to VARguably, the best football podcast. Now, don't forget to follow us and like us on all social media platforms to keep up to date with the latest football news.